Hello and welcome to Monster Mash Movie Marathon 2K19. Tonight's main event, Night of the Ghouls. Why I said it that way? We might as well talk about this now, because this is kind of really important to talk about. So this film was made in 1959 by Ed Wood. However, it wasn't released until 1984, due to financial reasons. Apparently, something happened with either the producers of the film or Ed Wood himself, because they couldn't get this film shown, at all, because it was never developed. It was just sitting in a canister, undeveloped film of a full film, by the way, for nearly 40 years, 30 years, 40 years. It's insane. That would never happen today, because it either would get deleted of an SD card, or just hard drive just fried. You would never get that ever again. This film, apparently this film was a lost film for a good couple of years, until they found the negative, or they found the undeveloped film for it, and then they done out, because I think somebody bought the rights to this film and they developed the actual film, and then they shipped it out. It's just such a weird thing, because sometimes with films like Nosferatu, or a good one would be Metropolis. A good example is Metropolis, in the 1920s. That film was lost because the studio cut the film, but they cut it so much that it didn't really make sense either way. So they cut half that film down, and it was just lost to time until last year in 2012, that they found the actual old negatives in Finland or something like that. I'm doing a video on Metropolis. I've been doing it for a good few months. What? I've been doing it for a few months, and hopefully that'll be out soon. But anyway, let's go back to Night of the Ghouls. So yeah, after all that, we have another intro from Griswold. Anyway, we have another intro from Griswold. Just like Plan 9 from Outer Space. Just really cheesy, hamming it up completely, and having a fucking blast with this I think this is his last film to do. His last film to do with Ed Wood, because Ed Wood went severely off the rocker after Plan 9 as well. Because Plan 9 and this film were made in the same year, but after Plan 9, he just went completely off the chain. He started making pornos. It was weird. So all of Ed Wood's movies have. Oh yeah, as I said before, all of Ed Wood's movies have policemen in very major roles, as all of this week in Monster Mash Movie Marathon 2K19's Ed Wood week. Every single film that we've addressed on Ed Wood week have had some form of police or some form of law enforcement in kind of the main roles of the heroes. I think like that. If we're looking at like academically, and if we're looking at like a bit kind of more nuanced, I kind of find that questionable, as in like I question like Ed Wood's sexuality, because it's very it's very blatant, or kind of it might be to do with his military service. Like he loves the heroes to be either military or police. I'm not really sure, but you can look at it that way. You can look at it the other way. It really doesn't really matter. All that I know is, in the police office, I believe it starts in the police office. Again, anyway, so another interesting thing that I picked up on is in the police office, there is a picture of Ed Wood, just in the back of the shot there. Not even like in a frame, just a picture of him. Just it's just a very, very funny it's a very funny scene. I thought that's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know if it was just my copy of it, because I watched it on YouTube, because the whole film's up free on YouTube. But there was just this humming, and I didn't know, and it lasted the whole film. Like I thought it was like, oh, it's bad audio, even I thought it was like bad audio in the police station. It's throughout the whole film. Like, it's crazy. It's super annoying. That's why audio is very, very important. The film, the film just keeps jumping from scene to scene. Like there's a 15-minute like chunk of this film at the start where a couple, an older couple with the worst acting I think we've ever heard come out with a woman. The worst acting ever. She delivers it. So after that, it jumps to what they see and jumps back to the police station, and then jumps to what you've actually witnessed. It's just found like really just jumpy, like it's jumping everywhere. It's it doesn't want to like stay in the same scene. I found that like really, really, really annoying, confusing. As I said before, Ed Wood kind of has his cavalcade of actors, and some of these actors played in like the same roles that they've actually played in like Plan 9. So I kind of thought it was kind of very funny, and the guy in it is the exact same, he plays like the exact same person every single time. He's just the annoying cop. Like, he's just kind of weird. And yeah, So they're talking about the old Willow residence. I'm thinking like, is that a reference to like Bride and the Monster? And then I heard like, oh, the Mad Doctor used to do experiments on create monsters. Like, hold on. And then it hit me. This is a sequel to Bride of the Monster. And it just hit me like that. I'm like, oh wow, okay, that's weird. And then oh my god, right? We have to talk about this, right? So, the old Willow's residence is being used again, and there's loads of weird stuff going on. Like the old couple that I've discussed before, see like this weird ghostly figure, and they get really shocked, and the old man looks like he's really turned on by the ghost. It's weird. So we have this scene. Anyway, so it kind of, so they say like, here, go out and look at these weird occurrences happening at the old Willow's residence. And then one of the police officers meets Dr. Aquila. Yes, you've heard me right. Dr. Aquila. When I heard that, I was thinking like, what in the name of God am I watching? And it gets worse from there. It's just, this film goes off the fucking rails at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna skip some notes I have here, right? And get to the real meat, the real heart, the real shit of Night of the Ghouls. Right, so okay, I had to prepare myself for this, right? So Dr. Aquila is a medium, as in he talks to the dead and whatnot, right? So, okay, keep together. This is 50 minutes, but this is where it's at. So one of the big scenes in this film is Dr. Aquila is doing his thing. He's talking to the dead, and then you just see a flying trombone. It's ridiculous. And then there's this guy with a thing on it, a light, a light dimmer on his head. It's it's just so fucking funny. Just this weird my god, it's such a fucking so funny. It's just so funny. God damn it. God damn it. Oh. So I have to just take the 2 minutes here. So I'm back. This film. I know that this is going to sound really weird, but I know it's going to sound really weird. Talking about flying trombones and weird people with lights on their head. Right? I get that, right? But I cannot take cheaply made sets. That's where I draw the line. There's a scene in this film where they're walking to the medium's room, I guess, and it's just black curtains. And the medium acts like he just doesn't want to be there. It's just hilarious how bad the acting is in this film. From the medium, from Dr. Akira. It's quite funny. It's quite funny. So the whole film, in the whole entire film, right? The police have done jack shit. They've just gotten more lost. They just get more lost, and it's just why are they so incompetent? Just get a few cops, and then just go to the house, and then raid the house. And that's exactly what they did 5 minutes at the ending. So we have Lobo, right? And he's back, and there's the cop is there, right? And he's not the cop met Dr. Akila. He's another cop that's scoping out where the other cop is, because the other cop is basically just on radio on, and he's ignoring his calls. So he's looking for him, and this cop has dealt with Lobo before in Bride and Monster, so he knows he's super strong and whatever. But he shoots him, and he put the full clip into Lobo, knowing that it doesn't work at all. This is nuts. Did he forget? Come on, jeez. And this is where I have to redo my own call. This is where kind of the Ubra, the film the film series of Ed Wood comes into severe question. Right? Every single Ed Wood film is like 70 minutes, give or take, right? But it always feels longer. It always does. And I think that's because, right? I think it's because he just gives you one thing over and over and over again. Like scenes of Dr. Acula talking to the dead. 5 or 6 scenes about that. We see the cop roaming around, looking for Dr. Acula. Seeing that 5 times, 5 different scenes of the dude just walking. And it gets really, really repetitive. And I think that this will go down as a real disappointment for me. Because I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting this. Like, I wasn't expecting this shit. Like, honestly. And like this, it's just bad. It's just a bad film with no really redeeming qualities to it, unless you are a weird, like, Ed Wood fan like me. And that's okay, but like, I wouldn't advise anybody to watch this film. I advise everybody else to like watch Plan 9 and have a laugh with it, and Bride of the Monster is actually a decent, simple film with a lot of heart and with a extremely small budget. But what they did in that, with the sets and all that, is actually really, really cool. This very much less so of all of the Ed Wood films that I watched. It goes like this. It goes Bride and the Monster is number 1, and it's one of Ed Wood's best films that he's ever made. 100%. Like, Plan 9 is it's funny and it's wacky, but it's not a good film. And I'm not saying that, Bride and the Monster is a good film. It's not a good film. It's a simple film. There's a difference there, but there's a big difference between the two of them. However, I enjoyed my time with Bride and the Monster than I did with Night of the Ghoul. Anyway, so it goes Bride and the Monster, Glenda, which we didn't discuss this year because it's really not a horror film. Really not a horror film. It's more of a quirky documentary. So it's that. It's number 3 is Plan 9 from Outer Space, just because of how infamous that film is, with B movie people, and you know it's accessible. People can watch it anytime they want. It's free on YouTube. It's free everywhere else. It's in the public domain. People can do what they want with it, and I think that's pretty cool. Um, Night of the Ghoul is number 4, and shit. Doctor Ack is funny. The whole thing with the with the flying trombone, that's hilarious. Cause when I seen that first, I was like, what in the actual fuck am I doing? Like legit, like I was like, what the fuck am I doing? It's fucking weird. So that's it for Ed Wood Week. This is a lot of fun to kick back and to just kind of watch a director so infamous, watch his work, and I know like he has made a ton more films, but they're all pornos. I don't think that YouTube would like that. So like I would never touch them or Bargewell, just because I feel like he wasn't in the right headspace for that. I feel kind of a bit of a bastard if I did that. So rest in peace, Ed Wood, you magnificent failure. Rest in peace, Ed Wood, you magnificent failure. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next edition of Monster Mash Movie Marathon. Take care. Shit.